How do you write? I'm sitting here watching The Interpreter, and I usually get just bits and pieces of it. So finally, I'm seeing it from the beginning to the end, and it's making me think. Not bad enough I'm the type of person that always gives too much thought to, I wonder what he does when he goes home. I wonder if she's wearing any panties, and if so, do they match her bra? You know, silly things like that. But things like, you know, did that check go through? I don't think about, because things like verbal things to do, to be done, I know the spirits will handle it, so I don't usually think about things like that. But things like, Sean Penn is this, you know, detective guy. How many detectives actually fall for their clients, and, you know, things like that. So that got me to thinking, how do you write? A lot of people write bits and pieces, and then they put it all together. But since, well, 2 years ago, I was off. Well, excuse me, I was laid off from Calpine. And I took that time to do my first book. And I look at other people's blogs, and I read other people's poetry, and how, you know, big-time authors, you know, Danielle Steele, she sits in a room for the whole month until the book is done. Whatever, I don't care about her. I don't know her. I know you, or at least I know of you, and I watch your blogs and how you do it. And I'm interested to know those people that don't write about how they do it. How do you do it? Now, excuse me, going back to when I was laid off, I used to do it that way, bits and pieces, or I'd write and write and write tons and tons and tons of tablets, and I got sick of that. So, one morning I woke up, this was my first book, and I was writing Twins, and I started it, and I ended it 2 days later, strictly typing. And for those of you that aren't writers, once the story ends itself. For me, the poem ends itself. So I don't go back. Generally, and 9 times out of 10, 9.5 times out of 10, I don't go back and redo. I mean, I make sure I have no red or green lines in Microsoft Word. If it's a poem, then that doesn't count, because the poem is however you write it, just like my story. It's however I write it. You know, if the character says ain't begotten, then I'm going to have a red line under that, and that's okay. But as far as critiquing and editing, I write like the first book. I'm just now editing because I leave it alone. I write it fully. Okay, well, right now, since I work, I write and then I type. And whatever mistakes I make, I make. So I put the date on the thing that I put it in the computer. And then 6 months later, I'll go back to it, I'll read it, and I put the date that I edited. And probably 6 months later, because it's been a whole year now since I've written my first book, I will put the date that I gave it my final edit, then I give it to my group. And somebody in my group or an editor that I hire will re-edit it, and then I'll put that date done, and then I don't look at it anymore until I have all 10 stories in format in the book lined up back to back to back to back. Then I start at the top and I read each story to my mother, just to make sure I'm not going to change it anymore. And now for me that works pretty good. I start typing, you know, 6 o'clock in the morning, and when the story is done, it's done. But this story, surprising, usually I have to end it when it ends, right? I have to end it when I stop typing. But this one, about a different part of my life, my dear sweet Vlad, it's amazing. I can just go on and on and on and on and on. You know, like I wrote this part. You know, back in March of this year. And that part that's already in there, I wrote, I think in December. And that's weird for me because usually I just write the story beginning to end and I have to let it go. Guess love makes things different. Anywho, so I'm still going and going and going, and I'm thinking, okay, I need to end it because it truly could be a novel. And I have to tell you the truth, I'm not good at novels because I tend to just, you know, repeat stuff too much, I think. So, how do you write? I'm ending it now. I'm going to put a tiny bit. I don't think stories have to have a conflict in order for them to get back together. I think that's the old Harlequin way of doing things. And if you write Harlequin, I love those books, by the way, but today, contemporary society, if you write contemporary novellas, it doesn't have to be that way anymore. It can all be good, in which you can tell most of my stories in this book, it is all good. There's him, and me, and there's him and me. Oh, me and her is in the next book, book number 3. You're gonna love that one. And it's just all good. So, but this time I was looking at this morning, I thought I should put some bit of controversy in there this time, you know. So I was thinking, you know, he's much younger than I am. He's 22 and I'm 45. 45. So I was thinking of putting a teeny bit of controversy in there. What do you think the controversy could be between a younger man and an older woman? Oh boy. No, he's into guys too, but I didn't want to make a I'm jealous of that he likes him thing. So not that. Could be another girl, but that would conflict with what I've written already too much. So it can't be a guy thing and it can't be another girl thing. So if you were an author and you were writing about a way younger, cute little goth boy and a funny big black woman neighbor, what could a slight conflict be? Not huge. I don't want somebody to die or... Oh, I know, his brother could have like a mental breakdown or something, because in the story the brother is already, you know, not burning on all 4, let's say. Forgive me, honey, for saying it like that. He's troubled because the mother passed. Yeah, 2, 3, I think 3 years ago. I can't think right now, I only have 2 minutes left. Anyway, the mother passed, so the little brother, Chris, he's at odds and he's having nightmares, so they had to move from their house to here. And that's how I started knowing him and all his wonderful friends. And yes, all the friends' names are real, and I have permission to do that. And it's a great story of something so spectacular. I mean, she's, you know, Stella ain't the only one that can get her groove back. And of course it has a happy ending. All my stories have to have a happy ending. So what type of little conflict could a young man and older woman have? Tell me. So I'm deep in thought today, and my mind is wandering. My brother finally called. I didn't get the message until yesterday. He called on Friday. So if you see this, sorry about that, big brother. I'll give you a call back after I finish my story. Okay, go have a wonderful day, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch the end of this, and I'm going to be in deeper thought and wonder who, how, why, what, when, where stuff. And I'll input the rest of my 12 pages I handwritten and finish it today. I'll give it to group to edit tomorrow. A girl could still use an editor, you know, barter for something. I don't know what. I'll send you a little bit of money. I don't have tons of money. You know I'm saving for my conference. So, can you help a girl out? I need a small conflict. Okay. You get to thinking on that as you watch your YouTube videos, and I'm going to finish watching Nicole Kidman. Love you. Love yourself. awesome day. Have an awesome weekend, Memorial Weekend. Okay, go on. Watch other videos. Bye.